Video games. I've been playing them ever since I was young. In fact, I was playing the Orange Box back in kindergarten. I have quite the credentials and I definitely know what I'm talking about. Through the 17 years of gaming, I have played some good games, some average games, and some downright awful games. It has come to my attention that games aren't what they used to be. Gone are the days of paying one fee for a complete polished game. Today, after buying most AAA games, you receive an IOU from the developer promising a complete game in the following months or even years. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Though I'm being harsh on Activision, Bethesda, and EA, after releasing games for decades, you're bound to get some bad ones. Yet, one developer never misses and offers the best gaming experience on the market. I'm of course talking about From Software. FromSoft have built up a reputation of making quality games. The Demon's Souls remake is visually amazing, but the gameplay is held back by its bad AI and gimmick bosses. Due to it being the first Souls game, I could forgive most of these issues. Now for Dark Souls 1. I believe the game has aged like a fine wine in some areas, but also like milk in others. The interconnected world is great. It has memorable bosses, but the game quickly drops in quality after Anor Londo, and the controls feel clunky. And now for Dark Souls 2. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about Dark Souls 2 because I believe the game is complete garbage and I refuse to play the game past the starting area. Bloodborne is factually the best FromSoft game ever released. The gameplay is great, the combat is great, the bosses are great, the world is great. Go play Bloodborne. Now for Dark Souls 3. This game is special to me. This was the first FromSoft game I ever played and I have a sweet spot for it. I believe the game offers the best bosses, but offers the worst DLC. Fuck Dark Eater Manure. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I don't know, I just couldn't get into Sekiro, something felt off about it. But hey, listen to what my friend has to say about it.
Because it's so different than the other games. Like, bro, it's like the combat is so much more engaging in Sekiro than in all the other games. Like, I can't even think. Maybe it's something Bloodborne. But besides that, like, say, the combat is fucking nuts in that game. Also, the exploration is fucking fun as shit. The fact that you can just like jump everywhere and do whatever the fuck you want is really fun.
And finally, Elden Ring. Statistically, it's the best-selling FromSoft game. I have a lot of stuff to say about it, so I'll be talking about it another time. For now, I'm done praising Soulsborne games. They are great, but the video isn't about them. Like I said earlier, I've seen my favorite game franchises slowly destroy themselves. I was so hyped for Halo Infinite, and now I couldn't care less about it. Battlefield 2042 looks sick, and it turned out to be a total disaster compared to its previous entries. There's always a chance that these games will pull a No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky was a total letdown at launch, and over the following years, the devs have course corrected their errors, and now the game is great. This phenomenon is rarely seen. The point of this video is to convince you to give these two games that were hated at launch another shot, since they are better than ever. I'm of course talking about Destiny 2 and Cyberpunk 2077.
Drums of the east, paralyzed and possessed by crusaders to see. Lost to the sirens that call from the turbulent tide. Bound by the science that lives on the lips of the wise. Beating of a million drums, fire of a million guns, murder of a million suns.
I still remember watching the first trailer for Destiny 1. Bungie was finally back and making a new game. The bar was set infinitely high. September 9th, 2014 rolls around, and Destiny 1 launches. Well, we all know this story. Bad dialogue, poor voice acting, and a huge amount of cut content. Overall, the game was really underwhelming. Over the following months, 2 mediocre expansions released, The Dark Below and House of Wolves. In September of 2015, The Taken King releases, arguably the best Destiny 1 expansion. The update brings a new enemy type, new subclasses, and a killer raid called King's Fall. The next year, Rise of Iron releases. It is seen as one of the expansions of Destiny. There's nothing downright bad about it, but also nothing great about it. In March of 2017, Destiny 2 was announced and the hype train was back on board. September 8th rolls around and again, Destiny 2 suffers the same fate as Destiny 1. A lack of endgame content, mediocre story followed by 2 bad expansions, Curse of Osiris and Warmind. In 2018, Forsaken released. It had an alright story, Ripcade 6, but lacked content in the long term. I think it is fair to say that Shadowkeep is regarded as the worst Destiny 2 expansion to date. The expansion is mostly reuse of the moon location from Destiny 1. The Hive got a brand new coat of paint in red and that's about it. The best thing to come out of the expansion was Bungie gaining its independence from Activision. Now for Beyond Light. I felt the expansion was underwhelming. It takes way too long to unlock the Stasis subclass and way too grindy to unlock its full potential. I still haven't fully unlocked it and probably never will. Now here's where Destiny had its No Man's Sky moment. I believe the Witch Queen is the best expansion to date. A fully fledged campaign that feels like a cohesive narrative. This time, all the side content like patrols or needing to get a certain number of kills as the main content is all cut out. The legendary option for the campaign was a great addition to Destiny 2. It is basically like playing the campaign on hard mode, a possible callback to Bungie's legendary difficulty in Halo. The legendary campaign gives the players a challenging amount of content that isn't restricted to the endgame. Destiny 2 is either way too easy, for example its strike pill list, or hard as nails like its raid content. The legendary campaign is a good in between. Beating Savathûn solo on legendary is probably the hardest thing I've done in all of Destiny. The game is in its best state right now. With the year being divided into seasons, there's enough content year round. What started off as a shitty sequel turned out to be pretty good. Lightfall will be released next year and it looks amazing. The new subclass Strand looks fun as hell. Being able to grapple anywhere is a smart feature Bungie implemented, though I believe you'll be able to cheese some older content easily. Adding a grapple hook to your game makes it 10 times better. I recommend everyone to give Destiny 2 another try to see how it improved. Also, if you're planning to play the game, you should probably get the expansions. Sure, Bungie claims it's free to play, but it's more free to try. The expansions go on sale from time to time, plus you could skip out on most expansions. Only get the Witch Queen and maybe Beyond Light if you really want the Stasis subclass. Well, that's about all I have to say about Destiny 2 for now. Now to why you should give Cyberpunk 2077 another chance. We all know what happened here. Probably one of the most hyped games of the last decade. Delay after delay, players were getting eager to play the game. Expectations were through the roof. Then comes release day, December 10th, 2020. I remember I had a math test the next morning, but it didn't matter. I needed to play day one. There were signs showing that Cyberpunk 2077 was going to be a mess. CD Projekt Red only allowed their footage for early reviews. Then, a few hours after the game releases to the public, shit hits the fan. There are a bunch of glitches, the game is unplayable on Xbox One and PS4, game-breaking bugs, and more. Sony quickly removed Cyberpunk from the PlayStation Store. People are furious and demanding refunds. It is currently DEFCON 1 at CD Projekt Red's headquarters. A few days later, and almost everyone has lost faith into CD Projekt Red. But you know who didn't? Me. Luckily, I was able to fully play Cyberpunk 2077 without any major problems. Sure, I had a few visual glitches now and then, but nothing game-breaking. Now, before you light your torches and throw pitchforks at me, no, I do not have a 10K PC. My PC is actually average, or even considered below average in today's standards. I enjoyed the game, but it wasn't the masterpiece we all wanted, but it was good. The gunplay was alright. Nothing crisp like Destiny, but nothing like Fallout's gunplay. I'm a sucker for good narrative, and Cyberpunk excels in that department. The ending left an impact on me. I got the ending where V becomes the legend of the afterlife and goes on to rob a casino in space. The song Never Fade Away plays during the final scene. I thought Cyberpunk 2077 wasn't that bad, and just how like the song goes, I didn't want the game to fade away into existence. And oh boy it didn't. After 2 years of patches, bug fixes, and updates, the game is bigger than ever by having 1 million new and returning players come back to Night City. It is currently in 10th place in the most played games on Steam with 76,000 players playing in the first week of October 2022. A lot of the current success of Cyberpunk 2077 can be attributed to the show Cyberpunk Edgerunners that came out on September 13th, 2022. It's an anime that takes place 1 year before the events of 2077. I don't like anime, but this is fucking good. All of the show's locations are found in-game. Almost everything done in the show can be done in the game. The characters, the music, the animation is all top-notch. I won't go more into the show as I don't want to spoil it. Just like the game, the show has left a void in my soul, demanding for more. Let's just say I'm breathing a heavy dose of copium after finishing the show twice. Let's hope CDPR hears the demand for Season 2 because Season 1 was fired. The only currently planned expansion for Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, is set to release in 2023, and I'm all in for it. I've been doing the side quests in the game, and I'm happy to know that the expansion will offer 25 to 40 hours of more content. Project Orion, aka Cyberpunk 2, has been announced, but we can expect a release date in about 10 years. I believe Cyberpunk has successfully recovered from its awful launch and pulled off a No Man's Sky. Now that the game is playable, I suggest you go play it if you haven't, and if you did but did not finish it, give it another chance. It's way better now. Physical copies of Cyberpunk are pretty inexpensive, and the game will probably go on sale on Steam sometime soon. It is rare for games to go from hated to beloved. Destiny 2 and Cyberpunk 2077 both went through a similar journey. I'm happy to know that I've stuck with both games through thick and thin. I was never a Cyberpunk hater. This clip from the quest director, Paweł Sasko, warms my cold-hearted soul.
One thing I can say is like, we are doing fucking everything to make you proud. I actually tweeted it like, I think last time or something, because like, I love the support that we are getting and everything that you guys are doing. And you know, the game is very much alive. And I'm really grateful for that. And I want to make you proud. I really want to make you proud. You know what I mean? And I feel, you know why I want to make you proud? I want to make you proud so that you can be like, you know, so that when you're on Reddit, when you're on Twitter, when you're on forums or fucking anywhere, even talking to your friends in person, you can be proud to say, I knew those motherfuckers gonna deliver something valuable and they're not dead, you know, and it's not that everyone left and there's no fucking creative juices.
God, I've never been this happy to have played a video game. I knew the game was going to be good at one point. I told people Cyberpunk wasn't that bad, but no one believed me. Now I can go tell everyone, told you so. I have stuck to Destiny from day one. Yes, I stopped playing at times, but returned each year to play the new expansion. I played the main story and left, but now I believe the game is at a point where there's enough content each season that it's worth playing year long. I have been playing these two games religiously these past few weeks. Now please give these games a second chance. That being said, the Hunter class is Master Race and Lucy's better than Rebecca. My name's Clone, now uploading twice a year.